Yes, Mzansi, welcome back at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Monday, and we are diving straight into everything that's been going down, and especially when it comes to weather. And that's what we're doing right now. Now, we've seen the news of the severe flooding and, of course, the damage to infrastructure in various parts of the Western Cape. And thanks to the intense cold fronts that hit last week, it was intense indeed, to say the least. But we've got Colin Diner here, the Chief Director from Western Cape Disaster Management. And he's joining us via video call to give an assessment on how things are going from over the weekend and what to expect in the next few days. Colin, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Yes, very windy, very cold, but keeping well. Thank you.
Yeah, we feel you.
Very windy and cold indeed. Colin, from a disaster management point of view, how are things from the weekend? I mean, has there been a lot of repairing when it comes to infrastructure? Were there any evacuations that needed to take place?
Yeah, so it's been a very busy week. Obviously, from Thursday, we when this started happening. So we got 4 cold fronts. We're right in the middle of the 4th one at the moment. Initially, the damage was towards the city of Cape Town and off the west coast. The warning that we received for today is going to go down towards the Cape Winelands and the Overberg. We had to do quite a lot of evacuations over the weekend, specifically up in the Clan William, Cedarburg, Matsikoma area. A lot of them were precautionary evacuations because of dams that needed to be opened. You know, the whole Western Cape water system is up in that area, so a lot of those dams had to be opened. So we had a lot of rivers bursting their banks, overflowing. We unfortunately had 2 fatalities, and we had quite a couple of towns cut off from with roads not being passable. So it's been a very, very busy weekend, and we do expect today and tomorrow to continue to be so. Just another thing, yes, quite a bit of infrastructure damage. So our Department of Infrastructure has done a lot of work in keeping roads just passable so that our emergency teams could get to places. So all in all, I think an operation that has went well, but really it is very difficult conditions.
Wow, man. I mean, just looking at some of these images while you're chatting, we can definitely see how this has impacted communities and the area. It's insane to me. You mentioned something quite pertinent, which raised my alarm flag there. You said we're kind of in the 4th cold front right now. So are there more to be expected? Is the worst still to come? What were you expecting here in this one?
Yeah, so there were 4 cold fronts that came through. The first one and the second one were quite severe. That caused the most of the rain. It caused most of the damage to the Eskom infrastructure, which put the Hermanus to Gansbaai area out for 2 days. So those are the worst. The third one hit yesterday morning. Fortunately, it was not so severe. But I must say, at the moment, we're experiencing very, very high winds, and there is quite a bit of rain coming through. So hopefully, this one would have been through by about mid-morning, and then we can start looking at possibly still just some rain going forward. But by the end of the week, we should be over it.
You know what? I think a lot of people are ready. I don't think I've ever remembered June being this cold and wet so early in the winter season. Now, Colin, we're thinking about the people who have been displaced and damaged properties, the damage that has taken place to infrastructure. How long do you anticipate the severe weather conditions to continue for?
Okay, look, I mean, we're in our winter rainfall period, so normally we get a lot of rain over this period, through the winter. Our summers obviously are very dry, and then we have a wildfire season. But we are expecting, June is generally a tough time. South African Weather Service's long-term prediction for this winter is that we'll have a more milder late winter. So come July, August, possibly not the kind of rains that we normally see.
Interesting stuff. Look, it's so great to have you here just to give us more insight into the current situation. Maybe a last question for you. In terms of helping Mzansi and anyone listening right now, do you have any sort of precautionary tips for us, especially when it comes to maybe anyone experiencing flooding in their neighborhood or anything of that nature? Who do they contact? How do they maybe reach out to someone that can assist them? And can we help others in need at the same time, with that being said?
Yeah, so thank you very much. I think just maybe 2 things. Firstly, people can help us by protecting themselves. I think that's really very important. When you're in an acute stage of a disaster like this, you know, the two drownings we've had, or fatalities we've had, you know, we're not completely sure of all the facts yet, but from the initial facts, it is people that try to cross rivers, people that chose not to evacuate. You know, people must listen to what the reports are. When weather services gives a warning, when we give a warning, please adhere to them. They've been very accurate up to now. We've been following up every day. So, you know, that would help a lot. If we ask people not to travel on specific roads, don't cross those roads. From a humanitarian perspective, we've got exceptional partners, you know, Gift of the Givers being one of them, Heal Our Land, all these different foundations that work with us. So they're really experts when it comes to humanitarian aid and assistance like that. So, you know, I mean, if people wanting to assist, wanting to help, I would definitely recommend to work with those groups, because they work with us. So especially now when we're dealing a lot more with evacuations and rescues and people need to get food. Just to give you an example, yesterday we were assisted by Gift of the Givers to move more than 8 tons of food into areas that had been cut off. We sent our helicopters together with them and we were able to reach places. So you know, it's a magnificent community and government effort, and I think what's really crucial is to get that kind of, you know, is for people to support the people who actually do this kind of thing.
Well, Colin, thank you so much for your time and giving us an update, also giving us ways in how we can help those in need. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
There we go. That's Colin Diner, Chief Director of the Western Cape Disaster Management, giving us an update of what's happening with the severe weather in and around the Western Cape. And if you are on the ground, please be careful, be as safe as possible. Stay tuned to listen to the radio. Keep looking out for reports, because that is where you'll get the most accurate information. But thank you so much to each and everyone. Stay safe where you can. But let's quickly catch up with those morning headlines for your 7 o'clock update.